Be honest. Constant fatigue, brain fog, dull skin, bloating, and then that silent worry in your mind. Is my fertility okay? In our 30s and 40s, especially here in Pakistan, we are juggling stress, poor sleep, pollution, chai roti routines, hormonal imbalances, and insulin issues. And many times reports come back almost normal, yet the body still feels like it's struggling. Today, I want to explain about a compound many of you might have heard of, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, but not in a marketing way. We will talk science, real life, and practical use. Our body has a master antioxidant called glutathione. Think of it as your body's internal cleaning repair system. And I'm very sure you must have heard about glutathione because nowadays it is touted as a skin fairness supplement, which is totally not true. Because if you're gonna take it as a capsule, once you eat it, your stomach acid is gonna destroy all the glutathione, and the glutathione will never reach your body. So, if you want to reap the benefits of glutathione, like skin fairness, you have to take it either in the form of a liposomal capsule. It is a capsule in which it is enclosed in a sheath. Because of that, the stomach acid cannot destroy the glutathione. Or you have to take in the form of injections, because then it will not reach the stomach acid. Or you have to take it in a form that will go in the body and convert into glutathione, like for example NAC. Stress, infections, lack of sleep, smoking, or passive smoke like pollution, these all increase oxidative stress, which depletes glutathione. NAC works mainly by supplying cysteine, a key building block that the body needs to produce glutathione. In certain situations, NAC itself also acts as an antioxidant and helps break thick mucus. Now let's talk fertility. PCOS is extremely common in women in Pakistan, and it's not just about irregular periods. It often involves insulin resistance, inflammation, and oxidative stress. In multiple clinical studies and meta-analysis, NAC has been shown to improve ovulation and pregnancy rates in women with PCOS compared to placebo. Researchers do emphasize that while results are promising, more high quality studies are still needed, especially for long term outcomes like live birth rate. Also, live birth rates, that is, live baby, increases in people who are using NAC. And that's why, whenever a patient comes to me in my clinic with fertility problems, male or female, I make sure that I include NAC in their fertility regime. Some research also shows that NAC can help improve metabolic markers like insulin sensitivity, which is a major underlying issue in PCOS. And fertility is not just a female issue. Male factors account for 50% of fertility problems. And that's why in our clinic we have a lot of supplements, all herbal and natural, targeting the male fertility problems. Out of this, one of the best supplements with best outcomes is the Vitalman Herbal Blend. It targets almost all the weak points in male fertility problems. Recent meta-analysis suggests that NAC supplementation can also improve sperm count, motility, and overall sperm quality with a generally good safety profile in studied populations. I am not saying NAC is a magic cure for infertility, but the science does suggest that in selected cases, especially where oxidative stress or metabolic dysfunction is involved, NAC can be a very helpful support. So if you have reached this point in the video, it means you are genuinely serious about your health. So please like this video and subscribe, because here we focus on evidence and practicality, not hype. So in Pakistan, we deal with dust, smog, allergies, chronic cough, especially in winter. NAC has been used medically for decades as a mucolytic, meaning it helps thin out thick mucus. Studies and meta-analysis in chronic bronchitis and COPD show that NAC can help reduce flare-ups and respiratory symptoms. However, if you have asthma or a history of bronchospasm, NAC should be used carefully and only after consulting a doctor. Now the practical question. How do you choose a good quality NAC? Not all supplements are the same. First of all, the labeling should be clear on how much dose you are getting. The dose of NAC is 600 mg, and I have noticed in Pakistan most of the supplements are underdosed, This is because they are targeted mostly for the children population. And obviously, if the dose is low, the price will be less. And people mostly gravitate towards cheaper options. So the thing is, you don't have to look at the price, you have to look at the dose of your supplement. Also, your NAC supplement should be free of additives and fillers or any other harmful chemicals. So these are the criteria I personally use, and if you want, I can show you the NAC I use. Not to say that it is the only good one, but to teach you how to read labels correctly so you are not misled. And as regards on how to take it, you have to take it on empty stomach, and after taking it, you don't have to eat for about an hour. So I usually take it at Fajr time, because at Fajr my stomach is empty because I was asleep before. And after Fajr, people don't immediately eat afterwards, isn't it? They have their first meal or breakfast by 8 or 9 maximum. So the most common side effects are nausea, vomiting and stomach upset. People with asthma should be cautious. Always discuss supplementation during pregnancy or breastfeeding. Never start any supplement or medicine on your own without the consultation of your doctor. Also, comment below what is your main goal in using NAC. PCOS, fertility, chronic cough or general inflammation. So I can tailor the next video for you. Till then, take care. Till we meet next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.